What's going on, everybody? DomoSenpai here, and in today's video we're actually going to be taking our foot off the gas just due to the simple fact that this is going to be based off of a comment that I saw in my most recent video, which you guys saw. What was this? If you're watching this on release, then it's yesterday's video titled Rudo Sure Break the Cleaner, you know, going over chapter 116. And it was a comment in regards to pacing. Usually I don't respond to comments via video because I don't really find them like that intriguing to respond in that aspect, but this one was actually rather interesting, and this comes from HRG4640, and he says that the pacing is questionable. I feel it advances very slow, like the anime would animate 80 chapters in 12 or 13 episodes because of how little action happens in each chapter. And I find that to be odd because, in all honesty, right, like I get it. When it comes to manga, pacing can make or break a story. Fair. It's what keeps us hooked, bro, right? Like page after page, we're always excited to see what happens next. And if you want my honest opinion on this topic, I genuinely think Gachiakuta is a masterclass in pacing because it's, as I mentioned earlier, right? Like pacing is everything. It can really deter you to either want to stop reading the manga and let it stack or graciously look forward to every week upon release. And this also comes from the fact that Gachiakuta is going on another hiatus just due to the simple fact of like scheduling issues and, you know, all of that stuff. So back to my previous statement, like why do I believe that Gachiakuta is a masterclass in this, right? Like why do I believe Gachiakuta stands out so hard? And for me, it is, if we're going based on this guy's comment, he said that there's too little action that happens in each chapter. Again, it's telling a story. There doesn't need to be action at all times. But if we're going based on the action, Gachiakuta excels by spacing out its actions so that they're impactful as hell and never overwhelming. You know, that happens a lot in manga nowadays, especially battle action manga in the shonen demographic, where it's just fighting, and it's split between either there being a really nice payoff or something that doesn't feel as good as it should have been. And that's always the letdown. And it does get disappointing, and I think Gachiakuta really does it well, right? The fights don't feel thrown in. They're deliberately placed to sell the story, right? To serve you the story. And to further that, another strength of Gachiakuta, even in moments where there are lulls, right? There's a lot of character growth. We get these well-timed ass breaks from the action where we see Rudo and others wrestle with their inner conflicts, and that is key, right? That is key to the initial story. So when it comes to this idea of the pacing not being good, I genuinely think that that is wrong. And I'm not done, right? I'm not done. We literally just got out of a moment where Rudo's character development shined. It just happened in the most recent chapter. After everything that Rudo has been through, all the trust issues that he had falling from the sky, this moment in taking Corvus's hand and letting him know, look, I'll scratch your back, you'll scratch mine, I'll help you, you'll help me, that was humongous. Now here's another thing for Gachi, and this is what keeps the pacing so smooth, right? Is because there's still so much mystery and suspense in this world that we're always on edge because we've been given so many different things that when we see it going in one direction and we're like, oh, we're about to get an answer to one of the most biggest questions, and then we get a sufficient answer to that question, we are then hit with a wild blindside that we're just like, oh my God, that happened? You know what I mean? It's like the story is not rushed. And that is attributed to the pacing of the manga. The story isn't so rushed to the point where they gotta reveal everything, you know? Instead, it lets the mysteries unfold bit by bit, and it makes you want to keep reading. That's one of the things that I really, really enjoy about Gachiakuta and about its pacing. And not to mention how well the art enhances the pacing, right? The art in Gachiakuta, it doesn't just look good, bro. It doesn't. It drives the pacing. There's like strategic paneling and composition, you know what I'm saying? Like the manga knows how and when to slow down or speed up our reading experiences. And I think that is really, really attributed to Kei Urana and her understanding of not only, you know, pacing and whatnot, but just like manga in general. She comes from the Okubo tree, right? That should tell you everything, you know what I mean? And like lastly over this, right? It's like, to end this off, Gachiakuta's pacing, bro, it keeps us hooked, letting us breathe long enough, right, before throwing us back into the action. And it really handles balanced well, right? It's a balance that makes the series thrilling, mysterious, and engaging as fuck. So this is a question for all of you guys. What are your thoughts on Gachiakuta's pacing? Make sure y'all let me know in the comment section below, man. I just wanted to talk about this because it kind of rubbed me the wrong way when I woke up and I thought about it a lot. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna look at this comment and roll off the top of my head, bro. Like, I don't really gotta write too much down for this. I just wanted to talk. I wanted to clear the air. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new. I'm working my ass off to get to 10K. This is the 28 days of DomoSenpai where we're doing a whole bunch of different things, different aspects and all of that. So I hope y'all enjoyed this funny rambling rant video, and the more I think about all the stuff that I was saying, the more I like chuckled inside, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna edit this video, get it up by like 9 tonight. As y'all know, man, this your boy DomoSenpai, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Be easy.